Ruler School is brought to you by Odyssey Games, where you can go to pre-order upcoming Force of Will sets, ccgprime.com for singles and supplies, cardodoko.com for those rulers in the international market looking for product, as well as our guest lecturer members Vite Ramen and Full Grammar Alchemist. Class is in session. Hey there, rulers. Welcome back after a long week of Force of Will to your favorite ever live Force of Will podcast. It's Office Hours, featuring myself, DMO73, and I am joined above me by Mike Rance.
I never thought we'd see the day where Force Resonance came back, but here we are.
And below me, Paul Reisman IV.
You don't have to force me to resonate with all of these new spoilers.
We're talking about spoilers tonight in multiple different ways. We'll get to that in a second. But as always, a little bit of housekeeping. If you like what we're doing, want to consider supporting the channel and helping to feed the YouTube algorithm, you can go ahead and click that like and subscribe button down below. Share it out with all your friends. And be sure to check the link in the description to go to Odyssey's website to pre-order Journey to Ravidra. It's coming out in just a few weeks. Can you believe that pre-release is literally 2 weeks from now? Crazy. Like we're coming up. So it's pretty exciting stuff. Get those pre-releases in. But before we get into cards, Paul, we're gonna watch something here. We're gonna watch a little something here, a new special project from the Pollard School here. Let's go ahead and just watch this live. Here we go.
In the depths of the library of never-ending stories is a chronicle of the battles between hope and despair. Within the tomes of this ancient archive are stories and secrets not yet revealed. But with each adventure, a new chapter is written. So ruler, awaken and journey into
The Force of Will Archive, a new lore channel being done by our favorite ever resident and creator of Pollard School, Paul Reisman. Super excited about it. Super excited for this new project, this kind of sister school project. Paul has been tooling around with it quite a bit. I'm very proud to have him launch this. Go give him all the support and subscribe to that channel. The link is in the chat. We're gonna have a lot of cool stuff. I'm sure we will probably try to have some maybe guest appearances on that for like some of the some of the voiceover kind of stuff. I'm sure we can flex
Jeremy
our connections.
wants to be a voiceover.
I mean, never. I mean, never. Who knows?
Mike Rance
wants to be. You might have some people that you've heard and know about before, but really excited about this cool little side project for Paul. So definitely go check out that and give it a subscribe because it's gonna be sick. But yeah, a lot of lore in this game. The lore is deep and winding, and a lot of time involved with time travel. So much time.
Did you know that there is a crap ton of time in this game?
Yeah, so much time shenanigans.
So much time.
So much.
But the time break.
The time break. We have that. Literally, we have that.
Just keep that in mind when you eventually watch the time video, because there is a time video.
Yeah,
and it's going to be launching in 2026.
Basketball.
So Happy New Year.
Yeah, for sure. Very exciting.
Happy New Year.
So let's get into some spoilers. We have our last ruler. Last week we talked a lot about Gilgamesh. This week we're talking about Misty and the Pacts. We're going to be talking about Mistletoe, and then we're going to be jumping into all of the Pacts that we have so far. So let's jump in with Dark Sword of Asgard and Mistletoe. Force Command Faith, meaning that all of the Force Resonance Faith cards from the dual cluster will support her, which is very neat for Wanderer, not Paradox, because none of those cards are legal in Paradox. But there you go. As the game starts, put a card named Ambrosia, Plant of Life, from your hand into the field. Draw 2 cards. We looked at Ambrosia last week. And Faith has the following text in all zones as long as you control an astral ruler. Other players cannot play non-will activate abilities of rulers or J resonators. Whenever you play a light rune, you reanimate a mono attribute light card of total cost 3 or less. And she can judgment for 3 to only if your life is 5,000 or 3,500 or more. On her flip side, she is Terrifying Drain Barrier 12/4, who makes it so you can't activate abilities. If damage would be dealt to you, 500 damage is dealt to this card instead. So, which is very interesting. So it's like if you take 100 damage, instead she takes 500 damage, which is weird to think about how that works. Um, and or is it like a stack amount? I don't know. It's a replacement, and it seems like a static amount. So 100 would then become 500, which I think is interesting. Enter, search your deck for and or hand for a card named Gungnir or Holy Sword of Mistletoe and put it into the field, and for a giant card and put it into the graveyard, like the new Vafthrungnir from ATD, which is a giant that likes to be milled. If you searched your deck, shuffle it, put the top card of your Magic Stone deck into the field, recovered. God's Art, Ride of the Valkyries. 1 white, 1 black. You gain at end of turn. Put 3 6/6 Valkyrie Resonator tokens with flying into the field. That's at the end of every turn. Every single turn, you get 3 bodies. It's at the end of every turn. Lots
Insane.
of bodies. So Mistletoe is essentially every Mistletoe card that's ever been printed, just shoved onto a ruler. It's her 1-drop form, her 5-drop form, like just
One Mistletoe to rule them all.
just shove it in. Yeah, I really like this card a lot. I think it's very cool. White black is a very cool color combination. As a Fox player, I absolutely cannot stand the continuous ability of not being able to use my activate abilities, and it makes me sad. But I respect it. Her judgment, being that you have to have 3,500 life or more, means that you do have kind of ways to mess with her, and we don't have a ton of ways to make rulers astral while they're still rulers. I did look at the old Brunhild, and the old Brunhild specifically doesn't work with Mistletoe to just make her astral, so you do have to flip her, which means that if you get aggroed out pretty quickly, you have to then work your way back up life gain wise, which I think is good balancing for her. But yeah, this is Mistletoe. Mike, thoughts?
I like things that reference back to old mechanics, so the mechanics are no longer parasitic to the sets they were from. Big fan of that. Mucho texto, obviously, but that's fine because it's just like this is just a forceful card in 2025/2026. So I'm not even going to say the words mucho texto anymore. I just expect it.
Yeah.
Bottom line is Ride of the Valkyries. So in my head, I heard kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit, kill the wabbit. So that's just me. But this is a lot of things all on one thing.
It feels like a very, very impactful J ruler flip, right? That also
I also like the fact that the flip requirements that you have 3,500 or more life.
right.
So like you actually have to maintain your life total
Right.
and not do the darkness thing of paying life to
Yeah.
clear boards and do things.
I also like the fact that it in many ways like makes judgmenting feel good no matter what, because even if they kill it, it's still going to suddenly flip back and be doing more than when it started, right? Because the ruler itself on its front side, like, doesn't really do much other than turn on your main deck cards. So I do like the fact that, like, if you do flip her and she does die, then she's still providing a benefit to you on the ruler side. That feels like a very nice design position for where Fow is currently, and the fact that she's the only ruler so far in this cluster that doesn't have a rune deck. Like, that's just nice.
Which is interesting because she is now based on the lore on the card, I'm assuming that she killed Odin and now has his eye and therefore killed a high god, and so she doesn't have access to runes, which kind of makes sense.
I think so she's been, like, granted, like, Odin is, like, part of the prophecy related to the summoning of the dragon Ragnarok, is, like, that whole kind of thing, and, like, Odin kind of forced his eye upon her as part of that kind of, I don't know, whatever. There's all kinds of Valhalla stuff going on. But yeah, she feels pretty cool. But let's talk about the cards that she references, shall we? So this is Gungnir, Spear of the Allfather. It's a weapon regalia with bestow, so it's also kind of weirdly Gilgamesh support. 4-cost mythic quick cast and barrier untouchable. Very hard to kill as a 4-drop, which makes sense. Added J Resonator gains first strike, Bane, and whenever it attacks or blocks, you put X +1/+1 counters on it, where X is the highest total cost among entities you control. Hey, that sounds a lot like an Odin card. Enter, add this card to target J-Res you control, so it can get to J-Res naturally. And a God's Art Howling Spear, destroy all J-Resonators other than the added J-Resonator. Play this ability only during main timing. It's just a board nuke.
Yay!
Yay! Yeah, I like that later in the game.
This card is correct.
Yeah, this card is very cool. I mean, I like it a lot. It's expensive. I am feeling more and more. How do I put this? I am feeling more and more like in my games in both Wanderer and Paradox that like we're getting higher, like we're getting higher average stone counts most of the time. Like as long as players are, it's almost like because players have the ability to interact so much, it's so much harder to just quick kill. So games naturally just go farther. Which then is like in this weird roundabout way of creeping, making higher cost cards not feel as bad, especially when it's something like this that has, that can be cheated in off the judgment, but also has untouchable, has quick cast, like that kind of thing. So like, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, I really like this card a lot. You're probably playing one or two of this. I don't think we have support that searches this out yet.
Oh, that's gross.
To be
Yo, he's right. So Larinka is going to get a Darkness Pact probably with Beelzebub, which means she can play Junk Color. This is a 4-drop, which means that she can play it with her stuff. And it's a thing that has, it doesn't have a named ability, which is unfortunate that she can't search for it, but it does mean that she can use one of her additions to help pay for it, and it can be added to a J-Res, which means it can be added to the Larinka.
That's pretty gross, man.
Nuke the board.
Yeah, that's really gross.
Nuke the board with the God's Art. Give Larinka a bunch of Defiant. Go. That's so gross.
Every single time, she will get more +1/+1 counters on her.
And Hootriel, yeah, you can play it and discount it with the Hootriel Pious Shield package. Yeah, Hootriel's getting stonks. Hootriel stonks going up for sure.
Very much. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. I mean, this card feels like the Legendary Spear.
Yeah, very
That's
much
all I
so.
gotta say. It's like, yep, this is Odin's Spear. This is gonna hurt.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about Raven's Order's Chariot. 3-cost Mobilize Regalia with Mobilize a J ruler. Mobilize J/Resonator has Swiftness and Eternal. J Resonators your opponent controls cannot attack or block this card as long as you control a Catacombs entity, which would be the Stone. If you control a J- ruler, so a Judgmented ruler, your opponent must target this card with spells or abilities if able, which is interesting because it has Eternal. And then at Rune 3, you pay 2 less to play this card. Solid little normal, right? I talked about this a couple podcasts ago that I do think that I do think that there's I hope anyway that there is starting to see more and more emphasis on the idea of playing Pacted more, both as like answers for things that exist as well as better utility from the rune deck. This card specifically having to have 3 runes revealed is like, oh, okay, that's really only possible Pacted. Or if you're playing Gilgamesh, but I don't really think Gilgamesh needs this, so it's just neat.
Yeah, this card is going to be really good in Limited.
Yes, for sure. Very good in Limited.
This card is a bomb in Limited.
Yeah, absolutely. Next up, we're going to talk about what is sure to be one of the defining cards of the set. This is Inanna, the Incorruptible Flower of Descent. 2-cost Devil Nomadic Virtuous Girl. Virtuous Girl. 6/6 with Quick Cast, Defiant 1, and Barrier J-Res. You pay 1 less to play this card if you control an Astral Ruler or a J Ruler with 6 battle counters on it. So Mistletoe or Gilgamesh is where that's going. Cards in your hand cannot be discarded by spells or abilities you don't control, and entities cannot be banished by spells or abilities you don't control. This card gains +6/+6 as long as your life is 4,000 or more. enter search your deck for a glyph card and or a weapon card and /or, by the way, which means that you could search for 2 cards, reveal them, and put them into your hand, then shuffle your deck. You gain 6 life.
Those are good. Those are a lot of good words.
That's a pretty good card. It's a pretty good card.
Yeah.
Like this certainly feels like a card that like is going to be strong for Gilgamesh. Is probably going to be strong in general. Like as a kind of one of the more generic ones, because like even just paying 2 for this feels fine. Like, what do you mean I get a 2-cost 6/6 body that then gates me 6 life and draws me 2 cards? What do you mean? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, value dot card. Good lord. Yeah, I think this card is just one of those cards that you just put in your pool of really good light cards that can be applicable anywhere.
There's so many of them. There's so many good light cards.
So many good light cards.
Hey, Mike, remember when remember that period of Force Will's history where light was like the worst color?
You mean most of it?
Yeah, they are paying reparations in this cluster.
Worse than blue?
Yes.
I don't know.
I think so. Blue had Keys' call at one point.
Yeah.
No comment on any of that. I think all of that's wrong. But but this card is very strong.
This card is very good.
This is Gwyber now. Feel old yet?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Speaking of Gwyber, this is Humbaba, the Paths Protector. 3-cost 18/18. That gains untouchable as long as it's in the chase area and your life is 3,000 or more. At the end of turn, put 2 cards in target player's graveyard on the bottom of that player's deck. If you do, gain 4 life. Do keep in mind that it's not 2 target cards, it's target player, meaning that you pick the 2 cards to tuck back at the resolution of this card's ability. And then outnumber is the following text: as long as you control another resonator and more resonators than your opponent. Whenever this card attacks, reveal a giant card you owned named Humbaba from outside the game and put it into your hand. Just kind of recycles. This also feels like a limited bomb. Like, you know, I don't necessarily know how good this is in constructed, given that he is completely unprotected. But boy, howdy, is he a 3-drop 18/18.
Yeah. Back in my day, we had to pay like 7 mana for that.
And he's also a giant.
He is a giant.
And since we know that we're going back to New Valhalla, at least in part, for Masterpiece 3, Neo Ragnarok style.
Ragnarok. Another giant. Another
So now we have to go back to all of these giants that we've gotten over the last set.
I do think there's a world where our entire sideboard could just be giants and we get 15 giants off of a Neo Rag. I think we're there. Which is
in
so
response
funny.
to Neo Rag, Mirage Spirit. Crap.
It's fine. It's fine. We already perfect Loki'd for the turn. It just gets stat negged to death. Neo Rag.
True.
Judgment, perfect Loki, Neo Rag. Done. We're safe,
In that
boys.
case, use a staring at.
So noticing another thing, Stranger Jake. So noticing another thing with this set, there's very minimal J Ruler hate. I think if counted, there's only 4 things in Paradox that hits J Rulers. This set seems super hyper focused on Resonator hate. I'd have to go back and double check. Currently in Paradox though, Attack Order is a card that can hit J-Res. I'd have to look at what else there is in Paradox. I mean, Attack Order is pretty generic. Vacus
Let me open up my list.
Vacus, I believe, can stat neg them, right? Because he can target anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, target J-Res. Confrontation from Varkuzal can do it. Like we do have J-Ruler hate. I will say though that it does seem like I would agree that a lot of the cards in this set have currently kind of look like more Resonator hate than J-Ruler hate, but we've gone through periods and ebbs and flows, and it's never been particularly Like it's never been a particularly big problem. If you're like a Horned God and Spider, yeah, there's a couple different options. Precision and Bane, Precision and Bane can do it. Board
all
wipes
of your
like
liberation spells.
the liberations. Wuja Wu in a power suit because he hits everybody. And he showed him
because I'm about to rattle off a whole bunch of cards. Hide, Shooting Star of Light, all of the liberations.
Yep.
You can rest it with Lunar L58 tank.
You also can tap it with Misty Dragon statue and then kill it if you have a water ruler with Judgment. So like it's there. I get what you're saying. I would agree with you that this set's particular spot removal does seem very Resonator heavy, but I think the rest of the cluster still has a lot, and we also will have all of Masterpiece 3, which I don't know. It feels like there's going to be a lot of J Ruler hate in that set. Kunai throw. Priests can hit J Rulers for 900 damage. Like, we got some. It's just not... Attack order, I think, is the easiest, cleanest, like, die. But I hear what you're saying. A lot of cards to get through, so let's get going. We're going to talk about this one. Magic Wand of the Raven's Order. A Regalia 1-cost void. I do want to hear Mike's opinion on this card, because this one's neat. Added J Resonator gains. Whenever this card is targeted by a spell or ability your opponent controls, you can burn a magic counter from it. If you do, cancel it. And enter, put a magic counter on this card. Tap it and pay 1. If there's no magic counters on it, you put a magic counter on it, only doable during main timing. And tap, bestow it. This ability can target J Rulers. So it doesn't naturally attach itself. And you can, like, in your main phase, pay 1 to kind of re-up the magic counter element on it. This card's interesting. I think it's certainly too slow for Wanderer, like very paradox coded, does feel in many ways limited coded. I do think it's probably going to go in the cube to be perfectly honest. I think it's a pretty cool cube card.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know, Mike, what do you think about this?
Yeah, this one seems really, really interesting to me, especially for like any cards that can grab a weapon out of deck. Like my brain goes to like Grimia for Wanderer.
Yeah,
I know you said probably too slow for Wanderer,
but it is a weapon.
Correct.
But it is a weapon.
Yeah, it's cool. It's really cool. But I do think that like limited spell canceling and the fact that cancel that spell or ability, we don't typically get a lot of like hate on targeted spells. I think the last one I could think of was like, I mean, my brain goes to like Magic Rebound.
Yeah, the closest one we've
Like
had right
DOG
now is we have Hindered Magic Duel, which is one of the ATD cards, but it costs 2. So that's one, but it's only in blue white. This is like generic, right? So that's true.
Yeah, which makes it a lot better overall.
Yeah, this card's neat.
It's neat that this gives something like a pseudo barrier almost. So it's like you have the benefits of barrier. I think of how that could be applicable in decks like Order Alice. Right?
It can stop price to pay. Oh, that's interesting. It can stop price to pay because it's an automatic trigger. That's actually really relevant.
Oh,
this is wind secluded. Mike.
Yes.
Mike, it's wind secluded.
Yeah.
It's wind secluded refuge.
This is a repeatable wind secluded. That honestly,
that's so
I love this card so much more now. I just thought about it.
I haven't played Protect the Castle in forever. You could do that so hard with this card.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's 2025's Wind Secluded Refuge. Quick, somebody make the meme. Show me these 2 pictures. They're the same picture, and it's just Wind Secluded in this card.
No, I know the meme that's gonna happen. It's gonna be a picture of Jeremy, and it's like, this is 2025's Wind Secluded Refuge. It's like, okay, Grandpa, let's get you to bed.
Yeah. Alejandro agrees. This is Wind Secluded. I like it. It's a repeatable Wind Secluded. I like this card a lot.
Alejandro agrees, so it's good enough for me.
Hey, we take it. One thing to note is that it can bestow itself the same turn you play it. So it kind of is like half cost Wind Secluded that you can kind of just keep re-upping, which I think is pretty nice.
Yeah.
Let's keep moving, shall we? To another regalia that I don't like, but also
Yeah.
understand. This is Broken Seal of Yo
Wow.
Midgard.
Okay.
It's an arcane item with enter that players can't chase to. Resonators, additions, and regalia entering the field under your opponent's control don't cause their own enter effects to trigger. Okay. Why does this card have Eternal?
I would never guess why Jeremy doesn't like this card.
Listen, I play Abdul, so like I'm all about stopping enters. Why does this card have Eternal? Reunited Fallen Angel J Ruler. You pay 1 void less for each J Ruler you don't control, and whenever you play, which means you could possibly pay 0 for it, by the way. Whenever you pay life for a cost, put a Fallen counter on this card. If there are 10 Fallen counters on this card, swap all J/rulers you control with a ruler you own outside the game named Satan.
Stands back.
Ta-da.
Stands back. Stands back.
But also, I will say, pay life for a cost means that, like, the Tri-Stones work.
Moonshade works.
Moonshade
Crownstone works.
Groundstone works, because that's paying life.
Do our pain stones?
No, those aren't. No,
I'm gonna final battle so many times.
that's lose life. It's not pay through. It's not a cost. It's not a cost. It's part of the replacement. The pain stones. The pain stones wouldn't be. The shock rocks.
Correct. Yeah,
Shock
it
rocks
is a
would not.
replacement effect. Good.
It's a
Just making sure.
replacement.
Okay.
I mean, this card is very probably pretty important for the game to exist, to be perfectly honest. It is a sideboard card first and foremost, and it's fine to print cards that are good for sideboards. Like, I get it. You know,
Yeah.
so like do I like it? No. Am I gonna have to deal with it? Yes. But like, okay. I've already been playing the Outdoor Hall of the Bandit King a lot more and like looking at it a lot more, and this card costing 2 is like, I made the right decision. We made the right decision. Like immediately, we're good. We made the right decision on this card. Like, it's very good. Like, this card is very good. I like the fact, I strangely really like the fact that it has players can't chase to this card because of the mandatory cost reduction for Fallen Angel rulers, meaning that they can comfortably play it without having to worry about things like Alabaster or stuff like that. Yeah, this is neat. This is very neat. This card's fine. It's another addition to Regalia.deck. Yeah, I think it's fine. I think it lives in the sideboards. I feel personally attacked by this card existing, but I accept it. I played Abdul where I flipped. Listen, in Masterpiece 1 format, I played Flip Abdul on 1. I have to accept that this is something that exists, right? It's fine. I understand. All you see is another void card for Aramaki.
Jeremy's causing the entirety of... Jeremy's causing the entire Forceful community to be punished for his war crimes.
Yeah, listen.
We gave you Reika. Now here's the anti-box card.
That's exactly. You know what? I'll accept it. We can't.
I Spy giveth, I Spy taketh away.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, this card is amazing for so many different decks. I keep saying Order Alice because my locals is just absolutely obsessed with that deck. And so this card is very good for them. So now they don't have to rely on
Stranger Dink. We do have a Damascus Moon type card for Regalia, by the way, which is Engraved Rune of the Setting Sun, which everyone can play in their rune deck, because you don't need the enter effect to resolve for Engraved Rune to blank this card, because Engraved Rune's blank is a continuous ability held by Engraved Rune. So everyone has the ability to turn this off, provided you're playing white. And if you're not playing white, as I just said, Outdoor Hall of the Bandit King, pretty good card. It should not cost less if it can't be chased. That's only in Fallen Angels. Let him have something.
Yeah.
I believe it'll blanket before the enter even goes on the trigger. That's a question for Alejandro. He's in the chat. Let's keep moving forward into another Void Regalia. You just need to be able to produce white. Yeah, for sure. This is
Correct.
the Withering Crown of Ravidra. 2 costs with Mythic and Eternal. Added Resonator's attack becomes 0, and it gains cannot be banished, cannot attack, and at the end of the turn, you lose 200 life. Enter, add this card to target Nomadic Resonator. Bestow for tap and void, cannot target a Nomadic Resonator. This card sure is a void regalia that I would play in limited, and that's about it.
What,
Yeah, this
Jeremy,
card
you
is
don't
very
think that
fun.
this 2-cost card that doesn't remove something would see play? What?
It does have
Wild.
Eternal, so you could lock something down. It does have Mythic, which might have implications for something later on in the
Maybe.
podcast.
It's not a
If we
resonator,
even
though,
get there.
so-
It's not a resonator. Okay, so it only targets resonators. Okay. Yeah, I think this card is fighting your cube.
Yeah. It's also a cube card.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's limited. It's a
Yeah,
limited card.
It's repeatable removal, quote unquote.
Mythic for Lenneth. It's true. Let's talk
Lilith,
about
yeah.
a Marvel here. Ishtar, Lady of the Impassive Face, which, by the way, this card art is insanely good. 2 white, quick cast, Defiant 2, Drain Barrier. Can play it from your graveyard by making a J ruler you control astral. Oh, hey. Rather than pay its cost. By the way, it's any J ruler, not just a darkness J ruler. It's just any of them. Put X 0-2 Light Devil Nomadic Priest Resonator tokens into the field, where X is the number of times resonators you control have attacked this turn. Whenever another resonator you control attacks, you gain 200 life. And Faith, whenever this card deals battle damage to another player, if your life is 5,000 or more, you win the game. Alt win cons!
You win the game. You win the game.
You win the game, you win the game.
This is not Virgil.
This is anti-Virgil.
It's also a giant.
That's so funny.
Kind of small for a giant, if you ask me.
That's so funny that it's a giant. Yeah, this card's pretty cool. It feels like a Marvel rare. It feels like a push win condition for the deck that doesn't have a Pact or a Warden, like filling in the Warden slot. It feels nice. I think there's cool implications for how to build to this card. This feels like turbo Mistletoe flip kind of material. It's neat. Also a fun win con for Threven stun. Yeah, absolutely. Gives a backup win con to pretty much any stun deck, which I think is very nice. Let's go into Pacts. We got 2 to dig through here. We're moving right along. We have the Eternal Pact with Amon, which works with Kael'th, Nero, and Threven. You get Divinity +9. That's the most Divinity we've gotten so far. If battle damage would be dealt to a player this turn, that player cannot gain life. Prevent all damage that would be dealt to your opponent by non-J Resonator sources you control. And whenever a Resonator enters the field, it deals 200 damage to that Resonator. So you're pinging stuff as it enters on both sides of the field. And if you hit your opponent with battle damage, they can't gain life, but you can't burn them. So it's all about turn things sideways, baby. So yeah, this gives us red, white, blue, green, black, red, and green, blue, red. A second red pact for Nero, which is interesting. Let's talk about Amon. So this is the prideful one, Amon. His 2-cost 4 willpower. His +1 is put a 4/1 Fire Demon Resonator token with when this card is destroyed, it deals 400 damage to target player into the field. That +1 reads burn your opponent for 400 damage because the token will just take 200 from the pact and then die. Unless you can find a way to give it Eternal or something. -1 is target player gains at the beginning of your turn. Each J ruler you control deals 200 damage to you. If this doesn't trigger, drain abilities until end of game. Did you go wide? Oops. That was a mistake. You're in danger. On the flip side, he becomes a 9/9 with Blood Trail, Defiant 2. For a -3, he deals X 100 damage to each Resonator you don't control, or J Resonator, where X is the number of entities you control with the Fire Zone type ×3. Do you have stones? And 7 is discard your hand, draw 7 cards, and you gain. You may play cards from your hand without paying their cost until end of game. So, like most of the ults, the ult is win the game. I don't know, man.
Oh, God. Oh, gosh.
Alejandro, to go back to Ishtar, it's a giant, which means Mistletoe can mill it when she judgments.
Which is very funny.
And then kill Mistletoe and immediately reanimate it. So that's neat.
Attack. Terrifying. Deal a bunch of damage. Flip her back over. There we go.
We did it.
Yeah. This warden is significantly better than Bruised.
So
significantly better.
Yes and no. I mean, the Bruised Warden, yeah, I would agree. This Warden is hands over fist better than the Bruised Warden. This ult is ulting, for sure. 100% this ult is ulting. I am glad that he only goes +1 at a time. And, whoopsies, he only goes +1 at a time and he starts at 4 and has to get to 6. So it does take him a couple turns to get there, which means he's pretty vulnerable to getting hit. I do think that you're probably not caring about the ult. I feel like there's an Amon build that's trying to ult and then an Amon build that does not care. Because the -1 ability stacks. So if I -1 this turn and then I -1 next turn, you have 2 instances of at the beginning of your turn, each J ruler deals you 200 damage.
There is a lot of chat about Aramaki, and I need to know why.
I mean, Yo-Yo loves Aramaki, so that's fine.
Stop making
It's like, this was an Aramaki. I'm like, what are you talking about? Yeah, I like this pact more than the pact we have with Baroost, which makes me think that near the end of the cluster we might get some more Baroost support to kind of like even things out. But I think Amon's pact is going to be a lot more consistent, especially with Nero, because that's the one we have experience with.
Yeah.
Nero Baroost, I think outside of exactly Demon's Blood is a little weird.
Having ways to gain barrier is going to be as a player, is going to be super important against Amon. Like, being able to give yourself barrier to protect against that -1 ability is going to be important. Like, very important. And we have ways to do it, but it's going to be important. Great Shield, the 1-cost white Regalia is primarily the way to get barrier right now.
Quick lore thing. On Amon's J-Ruler side, on his Warden's J-Ruler side, that crown looks awfully familiar. Almost like, I don't know, in another timeline, if there was someone else embodying pride.
Oh, man. Look at that.
Looks very, very familiar.
Okay, we got a lot of cards to get through, so let's get through it. Cinder Ring Swarm, 1-cost 5/3 with Blood Trail and Flying that can't be canceled. If you're reunited with Amon, whenever a Magic Stone becomes recovered, it deals 100 damage to that card's controller. 100 damage per stone, regardless of how many guys you have. When this card deals battle damage to a player, that player gains you cannot choose or target spells or abilities another player controls with spells or abilities you control until end of turn. This guy is the very quintessential element of a turn things sideways red deck first play. Like, you're not swinging the first turn with it, sure, but then the next turn, you're like, well, swing in the air for 5. Hit you? Great. Uncancelable turn. Continue to push. Moths. Moth memes.
Of course, Moth is in fire for Lamp.
Yes. Lamp. Then we have the books. Dominating Book of Amon. Mythic, 3-cost. You pay 2 less to play this card if damage was dealt to a player. Again, it is the turn thing sideways deck. Banish this card if target resonator you control would deal battle damage this turn. It deals double instead. Whenever a resonator you control deals damage to a player, it deals 100 damage to everything else. So it's pinging things. And you can tap and pay 2 red to deal damage to this target resonator deals damage to itself equal to its defense -100. There are cards in the set that like to have damage on them. We've seen that before. Ground Splitter Rabbit. It's an old one, but we've seen that kind of style before.
It also could this book can just wipe it off the field too.
Yeah, for
because just like deal damage. Cool. That thing has 100 damage on it, and now it's dead.
Yeah. Amon's Collar
that's
of
choice.
Punishment. You pay 1 void less to play this if a player was dealt damage. You're going to notice a theme on the Amon cards. Added Resonator gains plus 400 attack and swiftness. On enter, you add it to a Resonator you control. When you play your second spell this turn, put a 4/4 Fire Demon Resonator token into the field, then add it to this card. That card. Bestow for tap and red and pinging yourself for 400 damage. Turn.
Good.
Things sideways. Oh Lord, he attacking is all I like. That's my main vibe for all of Amon's cards. Oh Lord, he attacking. Mono red Nero. Mono red Nero is real. Just make those tokens and then just go in, fam. Temporary Insanity. 3 red Divinity 1. Pay X less to play this card, where X is the number of times J Resonators have attacked this turn. That's on either side. You can only play 1 spell named Temporary Insanity per turn. Deals 800 damage to target J Resonator, and then Resonators you control gain plus 800 until your next end of turn. So, if your opponent swings at you, you can ping something to destroy it, pump up your board, and then go to your turn and have the pump. Seems pretty decent to keep in the rune deck for a Divinity 1.
Yeah, this is okay.
Yeah.
This is okay. Certainly not bad.
Mike, we're moving fast, so I expect you to jump in when you have thoughts.
Perfect. I am having lag time, so continue.
Great.
All right.
Engraved Rune of Unstoppable Anger. So it always will cost minimum 2 red, by the way, because you pay 2 red less to play this card for each card you control in public areas that share a name, meaning itself, and the chase is a public area. So even though it costs 4, the first time you cast it, it costs 2. Resonators you control gain plus X, where X is the number of times Resonators have attacked this turn. At the end of turn, banish all Resonators and this card. It gains the following text, as long as you don't control another one. On enter, Resonators you control gain Defiant 2 until end of turn. So this one's interesting to me because all of your stuff has already attacked, meaning it's tapped, meaning that I don't think Defiant works. Because I don't know if things can attack while tapped with Defiant. Alejandro can clarify for me. So that seems kind of weird to me with this card. There's probably some implications of like attacking with a couple of things and then Defiant attacking with the rest of them. But it is like pretty good. And with this is strangely possibly a Baroost card for like Baroost aggro, because you can just like keep recasting it over and over again thanks to Baroost, which is an interesting idea. You just play it before you attack. Yeah, you could do that so that they just don't get the pump. I just wanted to like figure out how to maximize the value on it, right? But oh right, it's an addition, so it just continually gets bigger. I can't read. It's fine. Moving on. The pump gets bigger the more times that you've attacked. I was thinking of this as like a point in time spell, not an addition. I'm stupid. Thank you for correcting me in my stupidity. Again, my thoughts about Amon are red deck turn things sideways. Like that is just the vibe that I'm getting off of all these cards. Pride Flame Glyph. Divinity 8. J rulers you control with Divinity gain Divinity plus 2. If a fire source you control would deal battle damage, it's that much plus 200 plus an additional X 100. So the more you pay into it, the more pump you get. Enter. This card deals 400 damage to you. Produce double red. Spend this spell only to play gift spells or fire demon spells. Each turn, only 1 Flame of Prejudice ability triggers per player. Fiery Proposal. Tap and banish a fire glyph. Like itself. Discard 2 cards. If you do, draw 2 cards. Play only 1 Fiery Proposal ability per turn. This card's getting combo banned with Zhuge Liang.
Let's not produce 3 red.
Let's not produce 3 red for 1 red. Remember Milas? Remember the problem with Milas? Let's not produce 3 red for 1 red. Please and thank you. Let's just not have that be a thing. Neat card. Bugalo, I know I'm moving quick here, but we got a lot of cards to get through, and I want to talk about the ruler that I'm more interested in, which is Lilith. Sorry, I've never been much of a turn things sideways player. We know that. We're back in. See, we had a stretch of time where the red rulers were really interesting to Jeremy. That was like all of Trinity Cluster. Now we're back in Evil Cluster, and we went, Jeremy can't be interested in red decks anymore. Like, we're right back to where we were. It's turn things sideways, and my brain just goes, brr, I don't care. This is Bogalo, the Unholy. The 4 cost, 11/11, Mythic Belligerence, Defiant 2. Costs less if you've had stuff attack 2 times this turn with Reunited. Enter, or whenever this card attacks, if J/Resonators have attacked 2 times this turn, it deals 500 damage to target player. Whatever damage is dealt to this card, reveal the top card of your deck from the game, and then you can cast it. This guy seems fine. I don't know. This
is giant.
Like, of all the cards for Amon, this guy seems just kind of like, yeah, okay. I don't know.
I think there's another red card that is significantly better than this one that's coming up, but it's also a Flame Spirit.
That is another thing
So
that you
it
can
works
cheat
with
in off of Confrontation, yeah. If it's not Necrolance, Jeremy's brain does not compute. Boy, howdy, for most of this game's history, you were correct. And then Trinity Cluster came, and almost every single red deck in Trinity Cluster interested me.
Necrolance or Bianchi.
Yeah, for sure. Varkuzal, the Cackling Flame, 5/5, with 3 cost. That costs less if a player was dealt damage this turn, so it normally would probably only cost 1. Whenever damage is dealt to this card, or this card is targeted by a spell you don't control, it gets a +1/+1 counter, like the Pact, how it burns it, and so it's bigger. Anyway, when this card is put into a graveyard, it deals X hundred damage to each other player, where X is its attack. Time Bomb, just the more it gets pinged, the stronger it gets. Bogalo is a 22/22. Resonator that costs 1 and draws a card in Amon. Does it cost 1?
You pay red and 1 less if 2 Resonators attack.
Uh-huh.
And then Amon.
Oh, the glyph. Okay.
The glyph will discount it?
So you make double red off of the Flame of Prejudice because it's a demon. So the Pride Flame glyph can produce double red for it. So you can kind of like pay 1 for it.
Cool. Because there's an inner Timmy that is like, ooh, big scary skeleton man, must play.
Yeah. Next up we have Ashkarian, the Ever-Blazing, a dragon demon skeleton. 12/12 for 3 with flying and Aegis. Deals, if a Resonator you control entered the field, this turn would deal damage. It deals double that much as long as this card gains that continuous ability as long as it's damaged. And then whenever damage is dealt to this card, it deals 800 damage to each other Resonator. This ability only triggers once per turn. Essentially meaning this guy is pay 3 within the Amon Pact. Pay 3, burn the board for 16. Because he'll take 200 from the contract, from the thing. It entered the field this turn and has been damaged. So then it would deal 8 to the board, which is then doubled. So it's, casual. Casual 3 costs 16 the board.
I love this card.
Neat.
So freaking much.
Very
this
neat.
is my favorite normal of the set so far.
Yeah, it's very neat. The artwork is sick.
And it's just got flying Aegis. Like, okay, get rid of it. Good luck.
And lastly, we have the demonic glyph of Insidious Pride. 2 cost plus X. Players cannot chase to this card. Reunited Pact with Amon, you pay 2 void less to play this card, meaning that you can declare the X cost being 2 and then pay 2 void less for it. So you're still just paying double red for an X cost of 2. If it's not the first spell named Demonic Glyph of Insidious Pride, you play this game. Resonators you control gain plus 300 and Eternal until end of turn. This card deals 600 damage plus an additional 300 multiplied by X to every resonator. If damage dealt to the resonator with Regalia, with Bestow added this way, destroy the Regalia, and if it's a copy, produce will equal to the will spent to play this card. So, if it's in the Rune deck, this is essentially pay to deal 1,200 to the board, unchaseable, produce 2 red. It does hit both sides. So it does hit every resonator, and the first time you cast it, it doesn't protect your stuff, but starting on the second cast, it does protect your stuff. This card's a lot.
Boom.
This card's
Boom.
a lot. Like, yee.
So you were worried about Gilgamesh, huh? Boom.
Well, so yeah, because if damage is dealt to a resonator with a Regalia with Bestow, so any amount of damage would then destroy the Regalia. I definitely could see this card finding its way into sideboards of red decks just in general, based on how good Gilgamesh gets. If Gilgamesh gets the wide boards and gets stuff attached, you just blow it all up, kind of reset it. Man, this card's a lot. I saw this comparison that like there's been a discussion about how Paradox, they want us to play to board more, and so therefore a lot of the efficient board wipes have been banned out of Paradox, which initially made a lot of sense. But this is the second unchaseable 2-cost board wipe, in a sense, in Paradox. So I don't know. That's an element of a discussion to have to be made. That they're both, by the way, both in red. That red has just been given 2 unchaseable board wipes. Now it's only 600 for Demon's Blood or whatever, but both of them also refund the will that was paid for them, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the other part that's weird about it, is that like,
yeah, free board wipe.
Free board wipe that's unchaseable is really weird. Now, that being said, this one can't be played pactless because it's Divinity 2. So you have to play pacted, but that almost makes it better. Like it encourages you to play it. Non-quick cast board wipe. I understand. Yeah, this is with it being free, I don't know. There's something about like, if we're going to, you could play Demon's Blood into playing this if you're playing Pacted. Yeah, I agree. Like, it's just one of these things about, like, the messaging about what they want Paradox format to be, and then seeing this card on top of seeing Demon's Blood makes me be like, maybe we could bring things like Megiddo back. You know what I mean? Like, because,
sure,
like, at least for a little bit of time. I'm not saying Girl Staring At. I don't want Girl Staring back in Paradox. Or maybe we can bring back Light Lightning in Paradox, right? Just like something, like some of the more efficient like spot removal kind of stuff I think would be nice when you have stuff like this that is so relegated to one color. Like the fact that red-green essentially now has 2 self-refunding damaging board wipes that aren't chaseable is like, red is the aggro color. So giving red a board clear that refunds itself and immediately sets them up and I can't respond to it is like, I don't know if that's it. Now, we'll see how the format plays out. We'll see how things shift, and we haven't seen all the cards yet, right? We haven't seen 2 of the other rulers yet. There's all kinds of stuff that we haven't seen, and ATD cards are cracked. But just a thought. Just my perspective. That's true. You can technically increase your divinity without Pacts now. So that's that too. It's like, I don't know. Card's good.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our
Very
friends.
strong.
Let's talk about our friends Only Fow TCG's spoilers that they got. Only Fow TCG. Where did I put them? There's only a few. There's 3 that we haven't already seen. One of them was Alistair, and he decided to show us that during Worlds. So this is Diabolos' Abyssal Dread Swarm. Rats, 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 rats. 1 void, 1 black, so costable for 1 black because it has Diabolos in its name. You can play Warden processes and willpower abilities of Darkness Demonic Wardens at any time you could play a card with Quick Cast. And if you're reunited with the Diabolos, you pay 1 black less to play them. If you would lose life by an effect of an activate ability of a J Ruler or a Warden, you don't lose life instead. Destroy this card as cost. Target player discards a card chosen at random. You pay 5 void less to play mono attribute Darkness Master Rune spells until the end of the turn. That's a big old buff to Diabolos Wardens.
Diabolos is back on the menu.
Yeah, Diabolos is back on the menu, boys. Like,
This is very good.
This card's.
This changes Diabolos decks going forward.
Yeah, for sure.
Right. This is like equivalent to the Gorgon that we revealed last week.
For Diabolos, 100%. 100%.
100%.
Solar Painter Golem on the court with any other demonic warden would work. I don't think. Let me read it. Solar Painter real quick.
Yeah, we're committed to being late. It's all good.
Yeah, we're just going. We're just going late. We're gonna go late tonight. It's fine. We're gonna be caught
We're
up.
just going.
Non-Magic Stone cards in all zones. Yeah, so it does all zones. The ruler zone is a zone. So, that is correct. You could Solar Painter and give any warden the darkness color, which has some interesting implications. That is interesting implications. Next up, we had from them, we had the Magmatic Steed. By the way, Mike, you'll get a kick out of this. This is our third, at least our third, Fire Horse. Mike is muted. Mike is muted.
Horse!
Yes. Horse. Our third Fire Horse.
You know what they are? Put them in the chat.
Sprinting Flame Horse, Sprinting Time Horse,
Time Horse.
and then Magnetic Steed. Horse deck. Let's go.
The fact that this card's
Horse.
stats are not exactly those two put together when both of them are 1-cost fire resonators irks me.
Yeah, that would have been funny.
I saw I do better.
This is a 2-cost 2/7 with Defiant 2 and Multi-Strike. If you're reunited with Baroost, it cannot be chased, or its abilities can't be chased. Enter. Each player banishes a Magic Stone, then puts the top card of their Magic Stone deck into the field arrested. Recover a Magic Stone. And you can tap to discard a card. If you do draw a card, at Rune Red, cards in all graveyards cannot be targeted by spells or abilities you don't control, and cannot leave the graveyard by effects or abilities you don't control. So it's also a Dallas. For some reason.
Yeah.
Sure.
This card is
So this is
fantastic to play off of the 1-cost thing that produces double red for demons. So
Yeah. I will also say this is like in Baroost decks, right? Even without that glyph, right? This is a 1-cost Defiant 2 Multi-Strike 2/7 that fuels your Baroost win condition, draws you extra cards, and is a floodgate.
I don't know. I think this guy seems kind of mid without that Eternal Pact of Bruised text, but it is certainly like it feels very akin to like this is the powerhouse card for Bruised decks, kind of like the Gorgon was kind of like the Rats were. Like this is kind of like that early setup card that deck was wanting. Feels very similar, right? Yeah. It locks the graveyard for the +1 ability of Baroost. I like that.
Yeah.
Protects the grave.
I wanted this card in set 1.
Cards in all graveyards cannot be targeted and cannot leave, which also means ice shards. Protected from ice shards, which is very nice. Does make the Baroost Warden feel a lot better because ice shards can't touch stuff. Next we have the last card from them. Skull of Varkuzal, 2-cost Mythic Untouchable Void Regalia. Tap and pay 2 life to put a counter of a name of your choice on a ruler or sub-ruler you control. Tap and pay 300 life to produce Void or a will shared with your J-ruler. And on solo mode, pay 400 life, recover a non-magic stone, non-J-ruler entity, and at end of turn, banish it.
Not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Not bad.
Putting the counter of your choice means like battle counters. You could replenish your blood counters. Like any of the rulers right now you could do it for whatever.
Yo, mystery counters.
Yeah. Mystery counters. It's true. He's not
Yeah,
he's not
that's
wrong.
true.
He's not wrong.
He's not wrong.
It's not right, but I'm not wrong.
Yeah, it's true. Let's talk about Lilith. We're going to burn through the Lilith cards here to finish out the night.
The reason why we're all here is right now.
Is Eternal Pack with Lilith. You can start the game with your Isolde, Larinka, or Kael'th. Larinka finally has a second pact. 7 cards with Lilith. Divinity +8. Is pretty nice. Resonators you control without a printed Mythic ability gain -2/-2, and Resonators you control with Mythic gain Quick Cast in all areas. At end of turn, recover all non-Magic Stone entities you control with Mythic. Let's talk about Mythic. Vakis. Thoth. Robometa. It already has Mythic. It already has Quick Cast. Let's talk about Wuxia Wu in Power Suit. Let's talk about a whole bunch of other Resonators with Mythic. Just like so many. At end of your turn, recover all non-Magic Stone entities you control with Mythic. Swing, recover. Crazy.
Such as Robometa.
Such as Robometa. Yeah, that part applies to Robometa for sure. Yeah. Yeah, Gone. And we have Forsaken Queen Lilith is our first 1-cost warden. For only comes in with 1 willpower. For +2, look at the top 2 cards of your deck. One of them into your hand, the rest on the bottom of your deck. Then put a card from your hand on the bottom of your deck. It's like Reflected Refrain, but better. -1, choose a Resonator. You gain when the Resonator deals damage to a player. Draw a card until the beginning of your next turn. I have to get to 5 willpower counters to Judgment for double blue. At which point in time, you gain this. The Archdemoness of Sorrow. An 8/9 with Untouchable and Aegis. -2, put target non-Resonator card from your graveyard into your hand. Or -3, you gain, whenever you play a spell, copy it. You may choose 2 targets for the copy until end of game. Keep in mind that under the current CR, if you copy a Resonator spell, it will do nothing. If you copy an addition, it will do nothing. If you copy a Regalia, it will do nothing, because they cease to exist as soon as they leave the chase. So, sorry. But yes, Spider for Isolde, the Chimera for Kael'th, having Quick Cast. So good for both of those Resonators. Yeah. I will certainly be looking to get an Uber playset of this Warden, because the implications for this outside of even with her pact, I think, is insane.
Yeah, we've been tooling with a idea of using Little Maria, calling this, and then searching in some way to then just play this from the deck.
That's not how that would work, because you can't.
You can't do that.
I don't think that would work with Little Maria, because Little Maria says play this card, and specifically brewing a Warden process is not playing this card. It's performing a process, and that's not what Little Maria lets you do.
Well, crap. I tried.
A for effort.
Little Maria.
A for effort. B for execution. F for the rules. Anyway.
F for legality.
We like your hustle, but
no,
that was illegal.
Yeah.
Jail.
I respect it. Go to jail. This is Empusa, the Bride of Nightfall, a 1-cost Gorgon. My grants, it's Gorgon. With Mythic and Aegis, which means it has Quick Cast. Non-water entities you control, other than J Resonators entering the field, don't cause their own enter abilities to trigger. Which means like Regalia and stuff. So that they don't like, that's pretty good. Regalia and additions don't get to trigger their enters. That seems good. Reunited with Lilith, enter. If you control 2 entities that share a name, draw a card. If any of those entities has Mythic, draw a card. So but pay a blue, put a willpower counter on a warden. Huh. And then tap and pay blue. Target resonator you control loses mythic until end of turn. Then copy it at the next end of turn. Token's controller banishes it. Do keep in mind that the copy will have mythic. The reason why the thing that you're copying needs to lose mythic is because the copy will have mythic. So therefore, you would have to sack one of them immediately. But if one of them loses mythic, then you get to keep both until the end of the turn. This card's pretty good. More Gorgons.
More Gorgon, good.
Very solid.
Very solid card.
Keep in mind also that the your blue Catacombs stone also puts willpower counters on your wardens. So play that.
Right.
So you can flip.
Patrick, it doesn't need to lose mythic in order to copy it. That is true. It does not need to lose mythic in order to copy it. It just makes it so that you get to keep both the token and it until the end of the turn. This is essentially like mini Nocturne, kind of. Right?
Ooh.
It's like mini Nocturne.
Mini.
Yeah, mini Nocturne.
Yeah. It's
Copies
not
herself.
Moontide,
If
but
she
it's
copies
pretty
herself.
close.
Yeah, if she copies herself, the copy will draw 2. Yes, it essentially is tap, pay 1, draw 2, which is usable at instant speed, by the way.
Good card, good effect.
Solid.
Good work.
Next up, we have the Veil of 1,000 Mornings of Lilith. You pay 1 blue less to play this card if you have exactly 4 cards in your hand. Added Resonator gains. This card loses Mythic, and J Resonators your opponent controls cannot attack or block this card. Enter, add this card to a Resonator you control with Mythic. Crazy. Whenever added Resonator leaves the field, if you have exactly 2 cards in your hand, draw 3 cards. Wait, 3 cards. Tap, bestow for tap and blue, only if it targets a Resonator with Mythic. This one seems okay. Like it seems fine. I need to see more of. I think I need to see more of her cards that have Mythic, but like, I don't know. This seems kind of meh for me.
Having exactly,
I think
a certain amount of cards kind of sucks.
Yeah.
If you put this card on Robometa, hear me out. You put this card on Robometa, they can't attack or block it, so you have guaranteed damage unless they get rid of it somehow.
And then you recover it, which then it can be used to
And then you
protect. Like, yeah, I think that's not bad. Like,
or
it's
attack again.
like, you wouldn't be able. It recovers at the end of the turn, so.
Oh, then never
no.
mind. So you can protect. Yes,
But it can protect. I'm saying, like, this card's not bad, right? I want to see more of how Lilith can do hand manipulation, but I think overall this is not bad. And given the fact that, like, you're going to have a lot of Resonators with Mythic, meaning that you're not going to necessarily be able to go super wide, being able to use your attackers as blockers in that kind of vein.
Oh, wait.
But they'll lose Mythic, actually, so they won't even recover. Never mind, I just realized how dumb
You're right.
I'm stupid.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, it doesn't get recovered and it gets the stat neg. I'm just wondering if there's Resonators she has that get benefit if they no longer have Mythic. That's interesting to me, which we'll see more of her support as we go.
I just wonder about this card outside of her.
Yeah.
Pact.
Yeah, very possible. Sorrowful Book of Lilith, Mythic Untouchable for 3. An untouchable book makes this card way more playable, especially considering the fact that when you're pacted with Lilith, it only costs 1 blue. Makes this book immediately playable. Banish this card. The attack of a target Resonator without Mythic becomes a 0 until end of turn. Enter, search your deck for a Resonator card with Mythic and reveal it and put it into your hand, then shuffle your deck and pay 1 blue to foresee 1. This, to me, is so good for the 4 other cards you have to play that have Lilith in its name. Because it's your 1-drop that sets up your turn 2 and its protection immediately, and it's untouchable. Like, playing 3 Lilith and 4 of this is like the easiest way to do your 7 Lilith cards. Like, this is so good for her, for what she's trying to do. I really like this card a lot.
This does enable Little Maria as well, because you are searching.
It's a search.
So you can cast Little Maria on your opponent's turn, go to your turn, call your stone, play this, and then play something else on curve if you want to do a tempo play.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting to me.
Yeah. You could like do the copy Gorgon.
Yeah.
And have that be your free cast. Lastly, we have a rune that I think has a lot of implications. This is Farewell Smile. It's our last card of the night, interestingly enough. Ironic because it's the Farewell. One blue. You pay one void more to play this card from your hand. Choose one. Cancel target automatic ability whose source is a resonator. It's Keys' Call. If the source of the ability has Mythic, draw 2 cards. Crazy. By the way, that's better than Keys' Call because it's not a resonator that entered the field this turn. It's just a resonator. The attack of target J/resonator becomes 0 until end of turn. If you have exactly 3 cards in your hand, flip a card in your rune area face down. That's our most efficient flip down yet. That's our most efficient flip down yet for this format. And that's not reunited at all. That just gets to exist. It is Divinity 2, though, so it feels like it's probably only in Pacted because we haven't seen her have anything that boosts up Divinity count yet. Specifically,
this can target itself, right?
the copy could then target this. It's
So you could just reuse this.
It's Ruin Story.
The Ruin Story.
It's the Ruin Story element. Yep.
Yeah.
That's pretty funny.
So
I really like that.
So if your hand is exactly 3, you can just pay 1 blue and draw or flip it back face down, kind of a thing, and taunt itself. So yeah, interesting. Kael'th, Lilith, good stuff control pile. Give me the Bugstone, you cowards. I promise I will do nothing bad with it. Give me the Bugstone, you cowards.
A for effort, B for execution, F for being illegal. We cannot give that to you.
Give me the Bugstone, you cowards. Cowards. Cowards.
America Stone where?
It's just bug. It's just the Bugstone. I don't care about you. Could
that's all we need.
Print the Bugstone and the 4 other ones can be in Masterpiece 3. But give me the Bugstone, you cowards. I promise I will do nothing bad with the Bugstone.
Don't believe his lies.
Just don't believe me.
Don't believe them. No.
Don't believe me. Honestly, though, I mean, again, we all know my personal play style, so like we burned through the Amon cards very quickly, but I do think there is some cool stuff, and it has been a bit since red players have gotten a cool, fun turn things sideways deck. A lot of them have kind of been going back to, like Leica is not a turn things sideways deck. It's a Voltron style push aggressive. Like it's aggressive, but it's mostly Voltron style because it's combo-y. Dual Cluster was kind of the most recent like turn things sideways deck we've really gotten. Early Hero Cluster. So it's cool for red decks to get to be able to kind of go back to go things sideways. There's a lot of anti-go things sideways cards. So like the quality of what they have printed for them kind of needed to be what they are. I'm a little concerned again about like Zhuge Liang just in general with how much self-damage there is in that package. But, we'll see exactly how that plays out.
Yeah. I will say
we have good anti-burn stuff, right? We have good anti-burn stuff. So
Amon being designed the way he is very much interesting for newer players.
Yes.
Who maybe like not played a lot of games. Just like, okay, just gonna play aggro. You get this really cool freaking demon. Okay. And you get this other ruler, but don't worry about that. You're just playing red guys and swinging.
Yeah. For sure. And
I
that being
think that
said,
that's totally
like
fine.
in Paradox, then we start to get to things, or in Wanderer, we start to get to things like Witch of Quenched Fires starts to come back, where it's like prevent all damage that would be dealt by fire chance or abilities your opponent controls. Whoops. You know what I mean? Like then all of those abilities suddenly turned off. Same with glowing crystals. I think does something similar.
Yeah, Grun Crystal's Witch.
Does something that would be dealt to players, or that would be dealt to this card. So it prevents all, but that's all non-battle damage. So like that's a little bit interesting, and it's not as relevant. Witch of Quenched Fires is certainly much better because it specifically just targets all fire stuff of any type. That's not battle, so that's a little bit interesting. But we'll have to see where it plays out. Lilith, to me, man, making the mythic deck, that just seems so fun. Like that just seems super cool.
Super.
And the book is
Super cool.
the book is such a cool enabler for that deck that I'm really excited about it. But we are caught
This
up.
is like legitimately a really good warden too.
Yes.
So like
I agree.
Lilith, fantastic.
Like Lilith in general being the one cost warden is really nice.
Oh yeah.
So that's it for us. We're caught up. We've done it.
Did it.
We got two more rulers to go through. You have Beelzebub and Moloch left to review. So they're green and our black pacts for this set, given the cycle. Interested to see how that comes. Cool stuff. Let's go over some housekeeping for the rest of the week. We have a feature match this week of Oathkeeper Bianchi versus Tyler Tompkins playing Paul's Belial Dante list that he built during the stream that he did while we were at Worlds, the deck building stream. So we have now put that into a match. So if you haven't already checked out Paul's deck building stream earlier on the channel a couple weeks ago, go check that out so you can kind of see what the deck looks like and how he was thinking about building it.
And let us know if you want another one.
Yeah.
'Cause I do have another list.
Yeah. And
Let us know.
And also Oathkeeper Bianchi, the deck that is literally playing 10 oaths. Isn't that funny? It's playing 10 oaths in it. It's
not,
a very
not the 10 oaths.
It's playing 10 oaths.
10 cards that are oaths.
That are oaths. It's a very fun list. The initial shell was given to us by Moon Sage, who's done several lists before on the channel. It's a very fun list, so check that out later this week. So we'll have a feature match for that out next week or later this week. Go check out our ruler roundup shorts. We've been posting one of those a day. I'm literally going through every single ruler in Forcible's history. I started at the very beginning. I just posted episode 30 today with Sylvia. They're just a minute long, quickly showing off each ruler, talking about kind of their iconic, as I say, their iconic elements and competitive success, and rating them at a scale of 1 to 10. So we're right now in the middle of Alice Cluster. Go check those out in our shorts feed and give those a like too, because that also helps to feed the algorithm. Our view count has been slowly going up since I've started to post those, so feed the YouTube machine. But that'll be it for us for tonight. Go subscribe to Force of Will Archive as well, as more videos get posted to that. And let's all give a big Keurig flex in the chat for Mike making it through another week of spoilers, maybe kind of talking about stuff. Let's go. I will say this.
I did.
I'll end with this. Mike, tonight we talked about Mistletoe, we talked about Amon, and we talked about Lilith. Of those three concepts, keeping in mind that Amon's going to pact with different rulers and Lilith's going to pact with different rulers, what's your vibe about like which of these three kind of like piqued your interest the most?
Gotta be Lilith. The mythic support is very cool. That's something we've pretty much never really seen for the most part.
Yeah.
So it's got my vote.
Nice. Well, very excited for that stuff as well. So be on the lookout for all that stuff as we get to it, and more spoilers next week. So until next time, this has been myself, DMO73, and I've been joined, as always, by Paul Reisman.
That's me.
And Mike Rance.
I think that's me.
Last time I checked. Class dismissed. Bye, everybody.
Is that you?